Hey everybody, and welcome back to what might be the final episode of Avadon 3. Honestly, it's most likely the final episode. And I've come down to the chamber of Redbeard one final time to talk to the man. You return to the Keeper's table. Again, he is staring at the map in front of him. The maps in front of him. However, you soon realize that he isn't really looking at them. He is staring, lost. He doesn't even blink. You look at the guards, trying to figure out what is going on. They don't meet your gaze. Redbeard sits there, catatonic. Catatonic? Keeper? The word sounds startlingly loud in the still chamber. Redbeard's eyelid twitches. He doesn't otherwise respond. What is wrong? Again, Redbeard doesn't respond. You all stand still and quiet for a long time. You all, as in the guards and I guess, since I don't have my companions with me. You need to speak with Redbeard, but you don't know how to avoid his anger. Not that I want to. You wait, your feet start to hurt. The Keeper doesn't move. Huh, has he overexerted himself out in the field, trying to appear stronger than he really is? It almost seems that way. Well, since there is no option to slap him, I guess I'll shake him instead. The moment you touch Redbeard's arm, he springs to life. His arm lashes out, striking you across the chest. He is very, very strong. He roars, "What treachery is this?" Then he sees that it is you. What? Ayali? Why did you sneak up on me? What are you planning? Ask what you need and get away. I don't like it when my hands act like wretches. Really? We can just casually talk to him about the same things as before? I have returned to Fort Forsyth as you ordered, Commander. Where will we go now? Redbeard grins, not in a kind way. Deles is dead. Everyone at this meeting was destroyed. The alliance of the Farlands has been sundered. The Age of Chaos is done. You must do two things. First, talk to your companions. They are being brought in outside. Decide who you can trust to accompany you. Then, at last, we will return to Avadon. He is full of energy. He's staged a remarkable recovery in the last few weeks. Well, in the last few minutes, really. Deles's forces knew I was a spy right away. It takes a moment for Redbeard to realize what you're talking about. What? Why are we discussing that? Yes, I knew you would be detected. I thought they would have you killed. It was a necessary sacrifice. But you lived. I am pleased. I consider the matter settled. Okay. Apparently I do too, because I can't even mention that anymore. Fine. Where are my companions? Well, he said they would be brought outside, and most likely that's going to mean this hall here. That reminds me a lot of the hall before the final battles against Redbeard in the previous games. What should I do with my companions? Well, let's just ask. Why not? They will be in the hall just outside. Speak to them while I make my final preparations. We need to gather our strength. What should I do with them? Decide which of them will accompany us to Avadon. Only take those you think you can trust. Send the others away. I hope we can avoid fighting, but Protoss can be stubborn. What will we do when we return to Avadon? I will resume my post as Keeper. The law says that I am Keeper for life. I will claim what I am due. Well, Keeper for life. Yeah. Anyway. You're going to try to regain control? Are you sure you want to be Keeper again? I mean, obviously. In his world, he never was not the Keeper. You know. You have my complete support. I will follow your orders. What? Where's the option, I will not follow your orders? Everything, this all stops here. So you're going to try to regain control of Avadon? Of course. You thought I would do any different? No, not really. Protoss will submit and return to a lower rank. I say. If he doesn't submit, he will die. Are you sure you want to be the Keeper again? Want? Want does not matter. I am the Keeper. It is my identity, and that is the end of it. I am Keeper until I die. Exactly. Enough talk. Things are happening fast. Protoss will be confused. This is the exact moment to strike. Go. Follow your orders. Well, I'm at least glad that the game didn't force me to say either support him or I'll follow his orders, because as soon as the game allows me to do anything different, I am going to. You better believe it. The Great Return. The last has been defeated. The war will end soon. Redbeard only wants one more thing: to reclaim Avadon. Talk to all your companions, then use the portal back to Avadon to take part in the final conflict. Right. Yes, here they all are. Okay. Hey, Khalida. I'm not going to take you. Khalida is leaning against a pillar, dazed, not because of her memory problems, because of what is happening. The Age of Chaos is almost over, Ayali. It's hard to believe it. Now Redbeard is planning to return to Avadon, yes? That promises to be quite a show. I have been told that I don't have to return. Perhaps I can return to my regular duties as a hand. I could go home to the Kwa, help them rebuild, bring the Stone Code back to all of our lands. Yeah, you should return to the Kwa, for all I care. For a moment, Khalida is surprised, even a little hurt. Aw, I'm sorry. Then she smiles. You mean it? I can go home, be free for a time. I was not looking forward to returning to Avadon. Being near the dungeon is upsetting. Before you can change your mind, she shakes your hand. Thank you, Ayali. I wish you luck in the Black Fortress. I will... She gives you a broad grin. I don't know what I will do next. It is wonderful to be able to choose. She walks to the west gate. A guard lets her out. She waves at you from the other side of the gates, then she turns and leaves for her new life. Well, I mean, I feel almost bad for having to take Rudo and Nathalie with me. Well, not Nathalie so much, but Rudo, he's certainly not going to be happy. And I would really love to release him, basically, you know, to send him home. But I can't do it. I really need him. Rudo stands in the middle of the hall, staring off into space. You'd expect him to be celebrating a little, but he only looks grief-stricken. When he sees that you are here, he says, I'm sorry, Ayali. I'm thinking of all I lost in the war. Friends, family, my brother. Now Redbeard wants our help, yes? Though he has not for one day been worthy of it. An oath can be a heavy burden. If I could, I would go home. We need to rebuild. We need to make peace with the rebels. I could do much good there. Well, I am going to Avadon, and I want you at my side. As much as it pains me. Then I will go. My oath commands it. However, I must tell you, I do not support Redbeard. I never did. Yeah, Rudo, we've talked this over already. His cruelty and thoughtlessness brought ruin to my people. Yeah, not only his people. There will be a fight when he gets to Avadon. I'm sure of it. I must trust you. You have earned it. Who should we support? Nobody's perfect. That's not even... That doesn't even start describing Redbeard. Redbeard is dangerous. That is why we need to save the pact from him. That is exactly my stance on this. Yes, Redbeard is dangerous. Rudo is quiet. The prospect of opposing Redbeard is terrifying. Yeah, I know. Yes, when a keeper is failing, brave hands must step up and remove him. I know that this may be necessary now. What must we do? I don't know, so I will trust you. I meant it. Come on, Ayali. The Age of Chaos is ending. We will play our part. He turns and leaves to the east, heading for the portal to Avadon. A guard lets him through. Okay. Selena sits with her back to the pillar. She's doing what she always does when she's nervous. She has her tools out and she's tinkering with some little bit of machinery. She looks up at you and smiles. So, Ayali, sounds like the war is over. I guess we won. Redbeard said we're free to go off and do what is best. Look for missions. Fight for the pact. Regular hand stuff. I think that means I can finally go off and do research. I want to learn about the thinking constructs. Understand how they work. Maybe even with Hanros Council's permission, make a few. That research sounds fascinating. I won't stop you. She puts away her tools and stands up, eager to leave before you change your mind. She gives you a long hug. It's been terrifying, Ayali. Still, I got to do real things. Good luck. Time to go. She turns and walks to the west gate. A guard lets her out. She shouts through the bars, Don't let Redbeard intimidate you. You're strong enough to do what is right. Then she goes and begins her new life. Yeah, I mean, she would have been the perfect companion. Wait, actually, did I overlook Botan again? Wait, where is he? Where's Botan? Oh, there he is. What? I specifically looked in this alcove and I did not see him. Even with his name on. Well, he's just so stealthy. Anyway, yeah, I feel character-wise, Selena would probably have been the perfect match here. I guess Botan also supports me, and is also not a fan of Avadon, or a fan of Redbeard, and would be quite okay with us fighting him. But, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, Selena was obviously not ever really an option, because my main character is already a Tinker Mage. Maybe if I had played as a Shaman, that would have been the perfect party. Selena and Rudo. I mean, as much as it pains me to take Rudo with me, or actually, well, no, not Rudo at all. Wait, what would be the perfect party then? Huh? Oh, maybe me as a mage, actually. Yeah, sure. Me instead of Nathalie. I mean, Nathalie is super powerful, but character-wise, I mean, not only is she unstable and power-hungry and, you know, a danger to herself and others, she's also not a very amiable character, you know? She's selfish, she doesn't have much concern for other people. So really, character-wise, I'm not a huge fan of her, but she's just very good in terms of gameplay. And I mean, she is loyal enough to me. Basically, as long as she gains some sort of power out of it, she's fine fighting whoever. So I guess she's like chaotic neutral in D&D terms or something like that. But yeah, in terms of character composition, I guess main character as a mage, accompanied by Selena and Rudo, would be perfect in terms of my own alignment. Anyway, I guess I should stop ranting and release Botan already. Botan is sitting in the shadows waiting for you. Redbeard summoned me. He is returning to Avadon. He wants allies. You are coming to see if I am suitable. Is this true? No, that's not why I'm here. What I'm here for. It is not what I would have chosen. War is ending, and I'm tired of it. I want to fight for peace. I want to go home and help them settle their differences with Kalimdariel. I have influence, and I want to use it. But I swore an oath. If Redbeard demands my service, I must give it. You will do a lot of good in Hoglanda. Go. Botan rises. He lowers his mask, and you see for the first and last time, his smile. The killing ends for a while? I can build instead? It seems too much to hope for. He reaches out and embraces you, a surprising expression of emotion. Then he takes a step back. I won't forget you, Ayali. Watching you taught me much. I wish you luck in Avadon. I will trust you to bring justice to that dark place. He walks to the west gate. A guard lets him out. Without a look back, he turns and leaves for his new life. Huh. I mean, in terms of attitude of, well, moral alignment, Botan would be just as fitting. But I don't know. I don't know. Shadow Walkers have never really been my favorite class. Well, anyway, Nathalie. You find Nathalie in the far end of the hall. She paces around nervously, muttering to herself and rubbing her wounded arm. She's not pleased to see you. Ah, Ayali, I was expecting you. I was set free. I can explore at last. Look for ways to help the Pact like a free hand. Even continue my studies. Master my craft. What I want more than anything. But you are here. You're going to suck me back in. Trap me in the Black Fortress again. I'm sure of it. Well, I'm going to release you if that's your wish. As soon as you help me one final time. Go return to your studies. I'm sure you will use the power well. Nope, I'm not sure about that at all. Go return to your studies. We can't stop you anyway. That's more like it. Let your studies wait. Only for a little while longer, I promise. It's going to be over soon, one way or the other. I'm going to Avadon, and I want you. I need you by my side. She freezes, unsure what to do. Finally, she nods. I am unfinished. It is so hard to be below my potential. Yet the library in Svars Peninsula helped. I have more power. I owe it to you to use it. Yet I don't feel ready. I could be so much more. Is this necessary? Huh. True power. Well, you will never escape your duty, Nathalie? Redbeard needs your support? No. As long as Redbeard lives, he will never let you have true power. That is also true. I mean, so long as he knows about her ambition, he's going to try and stop her. The true power will be given or taken away at this meeting. We need to be there. Yeah, I guess both options 2 and 3 are alright. And she's going to come either way. I mean, it's not like I have to actually convince her. It's not like she's going to run away and leave me alone. Leave me hanging. I'm pretty sure, anyway. As long as Redbeard lives, he will never let you have true power. Yeah, I mean, I am going to try and win her for a fight against Redbeard, right? So she thinks about this for a while, taking her time, making her decision. Finally, she says, "What you are saying, do you think we should unseat Redbeard?" "I don't know. I do believe you, though. The Keeper has always held me back." "All right, Ayali, I will trust you. Take me back to Avadon. If anyone can help me meet my potential, you can." She turns and leaves to the east, heading for the portal to Avadon. A guard lets her through. Okay. Well, I don't think I forgot anyone. Oh. These guys are now also departing for Avadon, it looks like. And I suppose so will I. When you are around the corner, you see Redbeard and his escorts waiting by a portal. You are just in time to see them step through. The Keeper has returned to Avadon. The final battle has begun. Oh boy. Right. Together as a party, at last. You hurry down the hall, trying to keep up with Redbeard. These familiar halls are far more quiet and tense than they were last time you were here. The guards are confused and scared. Most of the hearts and other officials are gone. Redbeard seems to know what he is doing, though. He says, "First I reclaim my tower, then the main floor. Come." He walks off to the west. Okay. His tower. Oh. As Redbeard walks down the hall, everyone scurries out of his way. In his restored, energetic form, he terrifies everyone he sees. Then he reaches the stairway up to his tower. There he meets one woman who won't step aside. Hart Callan is there, waiting for him. She is one of the most respected people in the Black Fortress. She served Redbeard as a loyal hand for many years. Then she acted as Hart for Protoss. Now she is, as always, ready to die doing her duty. When you arrive, Redbeard is glowering down at her. She isn't intimidated. She's a true believer in the law. "Redbeard, you shouldn't have come here. Justly or not, you have been replaced. You have no right to come here and spill blood." Wait behind Redbeard, ready to fight. To fight who? Redbeard, maybe we should just wait? As if he's going to listen to me now. Also, I'm not sure what good waiting is going to do. Wait behind Redbeard, ready to fight. I really wish the game would make it more clear whose side I'm going to take. I mean, I would like to wait behind his back, literally with a blade pointed at his spine. Well, let's try that, I guess. You quietly inch up behind Redbeard, ready to back him. What? No! Oh, come on. That's so dumb. You quietly inch up behind Redbeard, ready to back him if this comes to blows. You think you detect the barest hint of a nod. He appreciates the support. Ugh. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. That is not going to happen. Let's try this again. Redbeard, sorry to be standing in your way. Okay. Redbeard, maybe we should just wait, I guess. Redbeard doesn't acknowledge your comment. He's too busy trying to look intimidating. You doubt he appreciated your comment, though. Eventually, he begins to speak. Now listen to him. Redbeard talks calmly and gravely, showing more dignity than you had ever seen from him. Returning home has restored in him something that seemed lost. He says, Galen, you know me, perhaps better than anyone living. You know I had to come here. The law of the Pact requires me to do my duty. My duty is here. Kill me if you must, but I have no choice. This is my true place. Kellen thinks hard about this. Everyone keeps their hands close to their blades, knowing that this could get very ugly in a moment. Kellen says, You gave your life to the Pact Keeper. You deserve better than just being pushed aside by politics. If you were unworthy, we should have given you the swift death you deserved. I will not stop you. Protoss is waiting for you. We are all waiting to see if you prove yourself worthy. Kellen steps aside. Redbeard says, Thank you, Kellen. You served me well. But you also served my enemy. I am concentrating on the conflict ahead. I can't decide what to do with you. Ayali, what should happen to her? She's a noble servant of Avadon. She should remain a heart. Redbeard looks Kellen over. Then he says, No, she got that title from the usurper. I will forgive her for her transgressions. I won't reward them. And Kellen, you may remain in my service. Go down to your post, please. Then, finding that she is going to live, she starts to tremble. She was understandably terrified to oppose Redbeard. She wobbles off to the north, eager to escape the ugliness to come. Redbeard says, She is a good worker. I'm glad to spare her. Now, upstairs to the final conflict. Yeah, I mean, I'm as ready as I'll be. Redbeard nods. Come on, Ayali. I count on your complete, unquestioning support. Oh, yeah, sure. You might be in for a surprise there. Help me and I will reward you. Damn it, my finger twitched. Okay. Help me and I will reward you. Disappoint me and I will install a new eternal prisoner, lost forever to torment, in our dungeons. Really? Who would that be? Oh, I see. Then he walks upstairs, back straight, ready to face his fate. Okay, that's more like it. Ha! Or is he? Okay, I found the solution, guys. Redbeard defeated by faulty AI. By poor pathfinding. Okay, fine. You tried to climb the stairs, but Redbeard stops you. We need to deal with Kellen first. Oh, we did. You're really confused, Redbeard. Let's save again. Instead, in case I mess up some more dialogue here. Redbeard's tower is not empty. A lot of people are waiting in this hall. Hands, eyes, and hearts. Most of the highest officials of Avadon. Somehow, they were informed that Redbeard was coming. They are here to greet you. Redbeard is already standing on the platform in the center of the hall, face to face with Acting Keeper Protoss. They stare at each other silently. They are trying to act calm, but nobody is fooled. Behind Protoss, you can see Envoy Duran. A representative of Handros Council needs to be on hand to note who will be taking control of the Black Fortress. You quietly slip into the room so that the final meeting can begin. Okay. Game also got a bit choppy there during that cutscene. High performance. You walk up and take your place behind Redbeard. Someone closes the gates, sealing all participants in the hall. Protoss says, Pardon me for the gates. They will not open again until this matter is settled. Avadon and the Pact need certainty. Redbeard stays silent. Protoss looks over his shoulder at Envoy Duran. Thanks to Handros Council for sending a witness. She will be reporting back what happens here today. Then Protoss looks at you. And Ayali, I am happy to see you again. I'm glad you could come to this important event. I guess I nod quietly. Hello Protoss seems a bit inappropriate in this situation. And option number 2 is obviously out of the question. Protoss sighs. What? Really? He's disappointed about that for some reason? That makes no sense. Another silent intruder. After all the inconvenience you have put us through, I expected more speeches. What? Why though? I don't get this at all. More speeches? I was supposed to say hello Protoss instead? Now I want to see his reaction to that, honestly. But once more, I can't reload while I'm in an important dialogue like this. Well. Finally Protoss grows irritated by his predecessor. He says, Well, Redbeard, This whole dramatic show is because of you. You have done some good, I admit it. You have also been replaced. You need to accept it. Finally, Redbeard speaks. I am Keeper. The oath I swore and the law you follow say the same thing. I am Keeper until I die. You are a traitor, Protoss. Yet I want to show I have learned. I will do something new. I will offer mercy. Redbeard points at Protoss's gold necklace. I gave you that so you could be effective in my absence. I am back. Give it to me and leave, and I swear I will pardon you for your crimes. Protoss looks back at the envoy from Hendra's council. She nods. He turns back to Redbeard. No, former Keeper. Your time is done. Avadon is too strong and too wild. You are old and sick. The war is ended. We will have a new start. As Protoss speaks, Redbeard starts to tremble. Just the tiniest amount, but nobody here misses it. Redbeard raises a trembling hand. All of the control he worked so hard to regain fades in an instant. In a moment he looks like a weak, harmless old man. He stumbles toward Protoss, pointing a shaking hand at the necklace. Oh, so is the necklace the true power? The true source of his power? Huh. Protoss looks at Redbeard with pity. Redbeard says, That necklace, it is mine. I gave it for a reason. It is mine. I control it. Give it to me. Last chance, or it will choke you. The mood in the room changes in an instant. Someone laughs, then another. Then all but you join in. It is unthinkable. A host of officials in Avadon laughing at the mighty Redbeard. Even Protoss can't restrain a chuckle. Wow, this... okay. I really didn't expect this. Choke me? Oh, Redbeard. You thought you could catch me with that simple trickery? Our finest eyes examined this necklace. There are no spells on it. No, Redbeard says. There aren't. It was just a distraction. The laughing courtiers don't notice the new edge in his voice, but you do. But by then it's too late. Redbeard's weakness fades in an instant. He lurches forward with blinding speed. Ha! Really? He kills Protoss just like that? There is a cloud of sparks thrown up by Protoss's magical shield. Redbeard lunged forward, a long needle in his hand. The shield blocked most of the blow. Only the tip of the needle passed through it. It was enough. Protoss looks down at the long red scratch on the back of his hand. Now Redbeard laughs. Protoss stumbles back. The audience looks at each other, not sure what happened. Die, traitor! And then the poison takes effect. Protoss collapses to the ground, dead. Redbeard takes the gold necklace. All the spell on this did was keep it clean and shiny, and distract you. It did its job well. He says as he steps over the body. Oh, he says as he steps over the body, the end of another traitor. Then he comes face to face with the envoy from Hendra's council. She tries to hide her fear. Redbeard speaks triumphantly to the envoy from Hendra's council. There, your little crisis of leadership is settled. I have killed the Keeper of Avadon. Thus, I am Keeper. It is settled. Now get out of my fortress. The envoy looks around at the gathered hearts, eyes and hands. They look silently back at her, but nobody moves. Decades of fear paralyze them. They look broken, as if they never expected any other end. Redbeard stands still in silence, secure in his triumph. The envoy shouts, Will none of you do anything? You will let this madman rule you again? They look away. Then Envoy Duran looks at you. Ayali, you are the only one I can ask. You are the last hope for the Pact. So I will ask you. What? Of all assembled here, only you understand Redbeard enough to see what a threat he is. Only you are strong enough to defeat him. Redbeard smiles quietly, secure in his victory. I ask you, in the name of Hendra's council, to please take Redbeard's place for the future of the Pact. Fine, I have a decision. I guess. Take a moment first. Prepare. Think about the consequences. For all the people of the Pact. I will consider. Redbeard waits silently. The envoy watches you. The audience has no idea what's going on. You take a step back, ready to think and make your final decision. Huh, really? I mean, okay, nice of the game to give me another opportunity here to maybe spread some items around. Group Cure, I can hold on to. Assault Blessing, Haste and War Chant. Yeah, that's actually not so bad. I guess I can use that on my first turn instead of drinking a Potion of Speed, or I can do that and drink a Potion of Speed with Battle Frenzy, right? Not Elixir of Battle. Although that's going to last longer. I don't know. The War Chant is nice, I suppose. This is Battle Blessing. Resistant. Oh yeah, okay. Resistance and Shield Chan. Right. So many of those. Should really use those. Well, I mean, okay, I can save one final time here. Also, Lord Svarl is there. Interesting. Oh, the envoy calls out to you. Ayali, for good or ill, we must settle this matter. I am asking you, in the name of the Pact, to replace Redbeard. Have you decided? Yeah, sure. Everyone leans forward a little, even Redbeard. What have you decided, Hand? Well, Redbeard's time as a keeper has passed. Since none of you will replace him, I will. Redbeard gives you a cold look. He doesn't seem concerned. The envoy says, Is this true? You will step forward and challenge Redbeard? Battle him for the future of Avadon and the Pact? Fight him to the death? Yeah. How many more times do I have to confirm this? I choose to fight Redbeard. Redbeard draws his sword. He isn't surprised. He expected to have to fight somebody. All signs of his earlier feigned weakness are gone. Then he looks at you. Ayali, you would kill me? Have you not seen how strong I am? I cannot be defeated. As long as I draw breath, I will serve the Pact. You think a little thing like you could ever stop me? Why? Why are you throwing your life away? I will do what I can to make Avadon a worthy protector of the Pact. Yes, of course. Interesting that the game would give me an option to say this and lie about it? I mean, I already have options to say, you know, I basically want to be the new Redbeard and do the same thing that he did. So yeah, option number 3 it is, of course. I'm glad to hear it. If you became Keeper, you would do good work. Really? You believe that? I would do everything differently than you did. But still. You would probably be soft, but still effective. It won't happen, of course, but I'm glad to know that you would have done the right thing. He gives his blade a few practice swings. Such a shame. We could have been such great allies. Could have done so much. Can't turn back now, though. Redbeard, your tyranny ends now. Enough talk. Have at you. As you approach, Redbeard roars. Only one test remains. If any of you consider betraying me, see the fate of those who try. And then Redbeard raises his blade. The spectators scramble for safety as the eyes cast protective spells to help them survive the upcoming cataclysm. The final battle begins. Diran, now would be a good opportunity to weaken him using whatever magic you have prepared. Just saying. He charges up and he gets a first turn, of course. Because why wouldn't he? Right. I'll step off the stuff. I have only 5 points left. That's annoying. Well, I guess I am going to drink one of these. Battle Frenzy for 9 turns? Yeah, sure. I mean, no reason to hold back at this point. Can you buff us? No, you can't. Well, that was poorly planned. Should have given her some kind of buffing item. I guess I can use Hot Coals. Redbeard is most likely going to come into melee range. Burning and missed. Wonderful. It's a perfect first turn. Okay. Let's see. You can do this. And then you can do this. Hopefully that's enough to heal you and Nathalie. Well, he has taken a little bit of damage. So far, so good. Should I drink an elixir of battle? Wait, why do I only have 5 AP? What treachery is this? No, seriously. Did he make me lose 8 action points somehow? Maybe it's... wait, frozen? No, I don't know. I guess in that case I'm going to charge weapons. And she's going to try and corrupt him. 200 damage, well, barely visible. It's kind of what I expected though. Okay, you still can't really do much in terms of items. I should have really given all the buffing items to to Nathalie and Rudo. I don't know what I was thinking. Anyway, Spirit Charge. Hopefully we can weaken him. Yes. Okay. Charged and attacked. So far his damage is actually surprisingly low. Okay, Elixir of Battle. Blade Lash. You keep dealing damage. Thanks for that healing aura. It's appreciated. Let's use Earthquake. Oh, that knocked him back. Fine. After months of seeing him weak and confused, you are surprised to find that Redbeard is a formidable foe. He is fast on his feet and he swings his massive blade with ease. Yet you manage to land a few glancing blows on him. He is irritated. Warriors, serve your master, prove your worth. It turns out not all the guards in the room are loyal to Protus. That's annoying. Suddenly Redbeard vanishes. The terrified spectators look around trying to see where he is gone. A moment later you see him, and another, and another. There are 4 identical Redbeards hunting you from the magical circles in the corners of the tower. They say in perfect unison, "You will rot in my dungeon forever, Ayali!" Okay. So only one of them is damaged. Oh right, no, wait. We have 4 copies and the real one. Interesting. Okay, let's see. First things first. I do want to see if I can actually trade some items here on the fly. I want to give those to Nathalie, and yeah, it's okay. I can do that. It doesn't even seem to take any action points. That's good. Assault Crystal. I'm going to give that to Rudo, or those to Rudo. Let's see here. I should be able to yank him over. Yeah, okay, I did. And he is also stunned. Cool. And I guess while I'm at it, I might as well throw this. That dealt a ton of damage, holy crap. Okay, you have one more spell before you need to reset your cooldowns. He is taking a ton of damage, for sure. Okay, you know what? You can use one of these. And was there anything else? This one's Blessing Crystal is for 8 turns, so that should still be up for quite some time. I could call aid, or I could inflict him with acid. Just, you know, for some extra effect. Also, Hana, you shouldn't have run into that stuff. You manage to land a harsh blow on the real Redbeard. It disrupts his concentration. A moment later, the other copies vanish. Oh wow, awesome. He swears loudly. He raises a hand and absorbs the fading power of his magical copies. Since the shades were intact, he gains a great deal of strength. Really? Well... And yeah, okay. He was healed. By quite a bit. That is unfortunate. Let's see here, I can walk here, and then here. And now I'm standing on my own goo, right? So that shouldn't hurt me. Corruption. Wow, all these buffs. Corruption, war chance, okay, so the only negative effect right now is corruption. I wonder if it's worth using a curing brew to get rid of that. Also, I should give some of these to Rudo, actually, because he's also running out of cooldowns as well as vitality. Okay, yeah, I'm going to drink a curing brew here. And one of these, and I can still attack. So, let's get some of that damage back in. We have these loyal guards, unfortunately. Quite a few of them, in fact. That's a bit of a problem. I really wish the Protoss loyalists would help me a little bit here, instead of just standing around. Okay, you drink that. I guess you can do this. I wish I could damage more than just one, or well, two in this case. Oh, holy crap! That dealt so much damage. Stupid reflection. Oh god, that was almost fatal. Mind shield. These guys are going to be so annoying. Awesome. Nathalie is dazed. Holy shit. I mean, as if fighting Redbeard alone wasn't already bad enough, you know? Wait a second. I'm terrified. Awesome. This is all going so horribly. Well, I can do this. And I only dealt 75 damage. How did I take so much damage from reflection? Or maybe I was damaged before. More than I was aware. Oh god. Awesome. There goes the first one. We don't get any turns at all. Yep. Wait, that didn't deal any damage. Miraculously, she survived. Okay. Oh, she was hasted. Yay. Well, I mean, I might as well throw in everything I have. But now she's dead. Because of course she is. Am I even going to survive a single turn here? I guess not. Wow, holy shit. Is this even possible? And this is not even the highest difficulty. Holy crap. I really need to look up a Redbeard fight on the highest difficulty to I can't even start imagining how this would be possible to win. Maybe a first step would be to retreat all the way back here. Or, I don't know, to not stand right in the middle of the room, so we can kind of take care of, or take out the enemies as they approach. Yeah, well. I mean, what could I be doing differently? Maybe I should try to defeat the Redbeard copies. Maybe they're not as strong as I thought. Actually, I mean, I've never even tried attacking them, so maybe they're kind of... Maybe it's possible to take them out in a timely fashion? I guess I really need to try and take away Redbeard's reinforcements. Yes. Matches to fight. Option number 3. Attack. Okay. Oh, well. Fight starts right away. The thing is, no, we're going to walk away. But the thing is, we do need to get some damage in before... Oh, that was a stupid start, actually. I think in the beginning we need to start dealing damage so he summons his copies. It was just a bit unfortunate before that one extra round was enough to trigger his, I don't know, to bring him down to 50% HP, at which point he absorbed the copies, and I don't know, he got healed, if nothing else, but maybe he also got, he actually got stronger, I don't know. Well, now I wasted a turn. Yep. Let's try this again. Choose to fight. Blah, blah. Okay. What did I do last time? Assault crystal? Oh, right. I also Should probably spread this stuff around. Give that to... I think Nathalie's turn is coming up, right? So I might as well give that to her. Speed Burst is nice, but Battle Frenzy is only for 3 turns. It's not a lot. Okay, let's give 3 of those to Rudo. And... I don't know, 4 of those to Nathalie. And that's good, I suppose. I can also use this. Well, whatever. I can always spread items about later. For the time being, we should be good. So what am I going to start with? Am I going to charge weapons first? No, actually, I'm going to Speed Burst to allow us to take a couple more actions right away. Can use Hot Coals. Can actually use the Assault Crystal. Haste and War Chant, sure. Then I can use this. It dealt a bit of damage this time around, so that's good. I guess we're going to start going this direction. Use this, and then a little bit of this. We're all slow, that's awesome. By which I mean it's terrible. Right. Charge weapons. Attack with a nice critical. We inch ever so slightly more over to the left. I wonder, should I even use my cooldowns against him? I guess. Or, well, my AoE spells, basically. Because I can deal a good amount of damage just by attacking him normally. Let's try to get him vulnerable, though. Oh, right, and I can still attack like that. Right. Okay, I don't know if summoning his copies and alerting the loyal guards always happens in the same turn. Almost seems like I skipped a phase there again. Okay, you retreat here. Can you... Wait, no. Can you yank her over? You'd have to walk. Actually, can you not go here? No, you can't go through your friends. Oh, that sucks. Well, I mean, basically I want to get rid of all of his helpers, if possible, but there's just so many of them. And Redbeard himself is not going to leave us alone in the meantime. Okay, what am I... Oh, I wasn't pressing the right button, I guess. Let's yank her over. A little bit at least. Okay, spread out a little bit. Attack. That's not a ton of damage. That's better. Okay, well, at least one of them's dead. And she could have dazed us, so it's good to take her out. Well, Nathalie's dazed anyway. Okay, I can walk here. Then I can drink one of these. Well, they are defeatable, for sure. Let's see here, I can use this to free Nathalie for what it's worth. And cure whatever other hostile effects we might have been under. Can take 2 steps here, still remaining on the sacred ground, or whatever. Should I heal her? Is the question. Is it worth? Or should I try and deal as much damage as I possibly can? I think I need to do that. Battle Frenzy sucks. Okay, well, and then that happens. This guy just deals 100 damage, just like that. Awesome. Okay, well, I have to resurrect her, obviously. And I feel like I have to use another speed burst as well. Yeah, and now all of these enemies. Come on! Just let me even get an action, and now I'm terrified, I'm running away. He's dead. How is this even remotely possible? I guess I could lower the difficulty temporarily, but I don't want to do that. I don't know. Was my mistake not playing, not taking a warrior with me, not taking Khalida with me, or playing as a warrior? This is ridiculous. Oh wow, no, never mind. I thought for a second there, I thought I actually got a turn. How's me? Well. I guess I'll have to try a few things off camera instead of dying over and over here. See if I can find something that works and try to replicate that later. Alright. I have tried the fight a total of 3 more times now. Twice on normal difficulty, and I just couldn't do it. I didn't even... Well, one time I didn't even survive the phase where he after he healed. I tried defeating... I tried killing his copies, and I killed like 1 or 2, and then I don't know why he absorbed the rest of them, and it was basically the same thing. So I don't know. I didn't see a real benefit to killing those things, and it just takes too long. We get basically overwhelmed. We don't get to take any actions at all before they completely steamroll us. I mean, you've seen it happen twice. And then I just out of curiosity, I switched over to easy difficulty, or casual it's called. I was playing on normal, which is the 2nd level. After that there's hard and there's torment. And easy difficulty, I beat him on my first attempt without ever being in any danger whatsoever. I'm baffled, honestly. I don't know what else to say. On normal, I see no light whatsoever. Not even the faintest glimmer of hope of ever being able to beat this. And on easy, on casual, it's so easy that it's insulting. But I don't see myself beating this game anytime soon, let alone in a timely fashion, so that it's, I don't know, that I can reasonably film it and make a final episode out of this. So I guess I'll just for the sake of being able to show off the ending of the game. I mean, obviously I could end the game in a way where I don't get to fight Rapier, but obviously after all this time, that would be I don't know. That wouldn't feel right at all, and that would I don't know, would make everything I've done so far in this game completely meaningless. So obviously I'll have to finish this game by defeating Redbeard. I feel terrible about having to resort to tuning down the difficulty, but at the same time I'm also glad that the game even allows for it. I just wish there was an additional level in between casual and normal, apparently, so that I wouldn't feel quite so bad. I don't know. I mean, I might just be terrible at the game, and I don't know, not using the tactical opportunities or options that are at my disposal well enough. But really, the difference in difficulty between casual and normal is so baffling that, yeah, I don't know. You see me at a loss for words, quite obviously. Anyway, I'm just going to do it now. Excuse me. I really just want to finish it at this point. Well, I mean, watch me get destroyed here, but interestingly, wait a second. Let me check. Game settings. Oh, it's back on normal. Huh. Yeah, I was going to say, last time on normal on casual he actually didn't get his turn first, allowing us to not all get hit, but you know, it doesn't really matter all that much. I'm gonna speed burst. I'm gonna step off this junk. Oh, and once more, I forgot to spread items around. Well, at least it shouldn't matter too much now. There, let's get some nice damage over time going on him. Oops. Can do this and weaken him, hopefully. So far, the vulnerability curse has never failed, which surprises me a little bit. Oh, right, okay. This goes to Nathalie. And we all need... Actually, who ended up needing most? Whoops, not you. Rudo is actually running out of vitality fast. Nathalie not so much, although you can already see the effects on her as well. Okay, what else do I want to do? Honestly, I can't do anything but attack. So that's nice. Okay, now he summons his loyal guards, yeah. In my successful attempt, I ended up killing some of them, actually. I killed this dude and the sorceress almost without really trying to. I guess right now. Oh yeah, and I also didn't really care about the copies very much at all. I mean, so long as they are all spread out like this, I can't really effectively fight them anyway. So I might as well do it like this. Keep focusing on him. He's probably going to summon clones next opportunity he gets. Or maybe not. Okay, that's fine as well, I guess. Acid canister. I'm still surprised how much damage that deals. I guess sure. Might as well use this. That's not a lot. Okay, yeah. There are his clones. Enemies are still spread out so much. I guess we're going to... Oh, she's too far away. Well... Yeah, this is enough. I am going to want to destroy his human helpers eventually. But his clones, yeah, I don't really think it's worth it. Let's see, Earthquake will definitely affect these two. Well, Redbeard and the Shadow Walker. No, it's called a Shatter actually, yeah, that's fine. Let's do that. And I guess can put up a safe zone here. Okay, Ayali is actually terrified and immobile. So that can still happen, but I mean you can clearly see that we're basically taking no damage whatsoever. That's like a fraction of the damage. It's not it's less than half the damage we used to take which is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, you know, sure, it's called casual difficulty for a reason, I suppose. I don't know. I feel like I've... where's Ayali? Oh, she's right here, actually. I feel like I don't need to say it any more often than I already have, but it's simply baffling. Okay. Ayali's... she was dazed. She's not anymore. Redbeard's just standing there. Oh yeah, he also summoned a lost soul and a specter. But those, frankly, last time I hardly noticed them. They just died in my AoE attacks. Eventually. Okay. Speaking of which, oh, it's Ayali's turn. She can't really move anywhere. I don't know if... Wait a second, is there? Rudo's there? Should be close enough that another speed burst is affecting everyone, yeah. Keeping that up on everybody is kind of important. Actually, if I jump on you, will that knock you back? Yeah. Okay, Redbeard is moving. We're slowed, but thankfully I got my turn. Okay, let's drink one of these to get my cooldowns and vitality back. And then... let's see... I think we use... Oops, that's not the right thing to use. That's not the right thing to use. This is actually quite perfect. Nice. Yeah, this guy is now about to die, thankfully. Let's see here. Rudo... I guess you might as well drink one of these. And... let's see here. Another vulnerability. Curse. Oh, he's actually not dead. But he is corrupted, so he... Oh, he didn't die? Why is that? He didn't seem to take any damage whatsoever from that. That's oh, there he is. Okay. I wonder why he died now. He got his turn before. Huh. Okay. Alright. Guess we drink one of these. Or what do I want to do here? I'm not hasted anymore, so that's something I should try and remedy. As soon as Rudo gets a turn, maybe. I could use the recuperation crystal. I could... I can't leap. Quite yet. I want to make sure that I'm close enough. I can run up here, use this to heal everybody from being ensnared and slowed and stuff. And I can still act. Could call a Titan to help. Or I could just attack. Okay. She's frozen, but that's okay. It's really just a little bit of extra damage. Can get a good amount of damage on these guys. Maybe killing... Oh, what? Oh, I missed him. That's unfortunate, I didn't realize. Well, I can try and daze everybody. Including Redbeard himself. Okay. Taking a little bit of damage here. Unfortunately, Rudo didn't get his turn somehow. I wasn't aware that he was slowed or stunned or something. That's a bit unfortunate. Okay, let's think about things. Do I have to... Battle Frenzy is only for one more turn, so I should renew that. Also, this is gonna help with everybody's cooldown, but not with Vitality actually, so it's not quite as useful. I guess I can group heal. I was going to rely on Rudo group healing everybody to full, basically, right after speeding everybody up, or hasting everybody. But that's for 4 more turns. Let's attack. Who missed his turn? Somebody missed his turn. Oh, maybe the Spectre? Yeah, I guess. Okay, you can step off this stuff. Actually, take 1 more step and regenerate. And drink 1 of these. And deal some damage. Ah, it's so unfortunate. I would like to damage Redbeard, but I guess damaging these 3 is more useful. Okay, that's 2 of them dead. Yeah, see those, that shade? Super weak, actually. Well, I can affect both of these, and they're not immune to that. Oh, I'm an idiot. For some reason I thought it was still Nathalie's turn. Okay, that was dumb. But thankfully, except for her, we don't really need healing. Oops. That desperately. Wait. Oh, he doesn't even have the hasting thing. Well, I guess renewing this doesn't hurt. I actually gave those war blessing things to her. That's fine though. As you can see, you can mess up and still not be in any real danger here. Should I guess I should still try to take out the additional enemies. Last time I took out the mage faster than I am doing now. Nice critical. He's charging up. I'm actually quite okay with enemies focusing on Ayali right now. Right, yes, Assault Crystal. I don't think I've used one of those at all, actually. And now Ayali's stunned. That sucks. But what can you do? Can take this guy out. I would like to heal Ayali, but I fear that Recuperation Crystal does not reach her. Actually, I'm pretty sure it won't. Oh no, he missed anyway. Okay. No matter, that guy is dead. Only 2 supporters remaining, Lost Soul being pretty weak. Not much of a factor at all. Yeah, we take barely any damage whatsoever. In fact, she could take that thing out right now. And honestly, this mage is not even concerning me too much right now. Right, we got the reflection going on, that's annoying. And as far as I know, that's not going away. It has pretty much stayed active all the time in my previous successful attempt. So I'll just have to take that damage and, you know, deal with it. Okay, finally I'm allowed to move again. Do I want to renew? Oh yeah, I need to... actually, Rudo is too far away to benefit from a speed burst, but I have to do it. And this is going to run out. So I better renew it right now. Oh boy, so we're still hasted for 4 more turns, that's okay. We do this, oops, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to use corruption actually. Not that the fire is going to affect Ayali all that much. Yeah, he's not speed bursted, that's unfortunate. Do I need to heal her? Maybe I should. What else did I just think of? Oh yeah, right. He actually needs some... Vitality restored. Redbeard should be focusing on Ayali anyway, if he even gets to act at all. Get some more damage in. Now Redbeard is getting angry. You're forcing me to expend true magic. Magic that took me years to accumulate. You will pay for this, Ayali. When I take you, your torment will last for centuries. Redbeard raises a fist. He mutters a few words of power. And then something goes wrong. Cracks appear on his skin. The color flows out of his face. He looks like he did when the corruption infected him. No, he moans. The medicine you brought me for my tower. It isn't working. It is fading. What did you do? The poison Protus put in his potion is weakening him. Glad to hear that. Redbeard vanishes again. What? Oh. Again, Redbeards appear in the circles around the room. They run out of the circles, hunting you down. Okay. The real one attacks me right away, though. It's not so bad. Actually, maybe I'll use this opportunity to kill the mage. Or should I? I mean, he's going to heal again after absorbing these, but as far as I remember, that's gonna be it. Okay, Rudo, you can actually walk a bit closer and do this, for what it's worth. And it's actually okay damage. Plus a little bit of acid might help. She's almost dead. Charging up. Focusing on Ayali. It's nice. Let's see here. Yeah, this is what I wanted to do last time, so let's do it now instead. Oh. Okay, so the copies are actually like ghosts. They count as undead, I guess. And are thus immune to corruption. Fair enough. Somehow I was able to daze both of them. It's a bit unexpected, honestly. And I'm going to get rid of the dazing effect right away. Oh, I can't reach that one. I wonder if Earthshatter is actually going to affect them. Well, only the real one. Yeah, I guess there's really no point in even attacking the false ones, or this one. Actually, the other ones are just staying in their corners. I only now realize that they are not actively coming out to attack. Huh. Should I try to at least kill this one, or should I focus on Redbeard entirely? I feel like ultimately it's not gonna make much of a difference. The real Redbeard is increasingly battered and bloodied. He stumbles under the force of your blows. He absorbs the waning power of his magical constructs. He gasps, "Too long, too little rest, too many battles. A year ago I would have destroyed you. You could never made me expend..." And then he raises both of his hands. The hall starts to grow very hot. The spectators shout in alarm. Behind him you see that Envoy Duran... Behind him? Well, behind us, really. You see that Envoy Duran is doing something. She is rubbing something between her palms, muttering a spell. She moves her hands apart, and Redbeard's hair drops to the ground and bursts into flame. I hope... I wish it was his actual hair on his head, but I suppose it's just the hair I gave to Duran. If he wasn't so weak and the spell so elaborate, Duran's magical trick would never have worked. Instead, Redbeard's spell is disrupted. Whatever he was trying to do there. Redbeard looks at Duran, and for the first time you see despair on his face. Such crude magic, but at a moment of weakness. You will pay for this, Duran. The whole council will. Really? We'll see about that. Okay, he absorbed his shades, he healed. I don't know what... Let's see, he's reflecting his battle frenzy. I mean, it's annoying, but what can you do? Guess I renew haste. And I renew... Let's see, your shield chant is for 2 more turns. Is there anything more useful I could do? Do I need to heal? Ayali's shackled or immobile, but that doesn't really matter at this point. I guess I can do this, just to get some damage in. some reflective damage. Okay, let's see. Double Strike is active, War Chant is active, which is nice. Haste is active. I need a new Speed Burst though. Okay, that did affect Rudo this time, that's good. Again, Double Strike for only 2 more turns. Charges up. Okay, fine. Drink another one of these. Corruption. Oh, actually, he's not reflecting anymore? No, he is, technically, but I didn't take any reflection damage. Okay. I'm not going to object. But still wonder, though. Is it gonna work for you as well? Yeah, huh. I was sure that AoE damage actually got reflected. I could have sworn that I specifically paid attention to that before. Oh well. Yeah, see? There I definitely took the damage. And not just a little. I hope this is not going to kill her. It did. Of course it did. Okay, well, that's what I have these for. Well, I didn't necessarily want her to be resurrected right there, but I guess it works. I guess at this point I could switch difficulty to Torment and still finish him off. In fact, I'm tempted to do that. See if I get an achievement for beating the game on Torment or something. That would be pretty cheap, but should I try it? Maybe he's going to destroy me. I'm going to heal to full and use one single spell to kill all of us in one turn. I wouldn't put it beyond him. Honestly, if that happens, it's my own fault. Game settings. Torment, there. There you go. Let's use this Blade Lash. Okay, he got his turn immediately. But so do we. And she killed herself. Wow. I guess we can resurrect her again. And we can use this. And he's dead. And Rudo killed himself as well. Oh my god. At last, Redbeard falls to his knees, defeated. His blade falls from his fingers. He looks up at you. You can't read his expression. Anger? Pride? Despair? You can't tell. The envoy steps out from behind a pillar and says, Redbeard, you don't have to die. You can still serve the pact, and... With his fading strength, he waves her away. He looks up at you. You earned this, Ayali. He coughs up some blood. Finish it. In our way. Maintain our way. Yeah, I really wish I, in my off-camera kill, I would have tried the spare him option just to see the look on his face, basically. But obviously there's only one way. I can't not kill him at this point. When you approach... yeah, I mean, even though it's what he wants, so in a way, I would rather not kill him, but yeah, it's the only reasonable thing. When you approach, Redbeard nods. Yes, an honorable end. I did it. Won the war for you. Unworthy. I am proud. Do it. With one quick, merciful blow, you end Redbeard's life. All of his servants, no longer bound by his magic, vanish. Not entirely sure what servants it's talking about here. The gates open, everyone looks at you, then reluctantly, they kneel. Avadon has a new keeper. You have won. Man, I really wish Rudo being dead at the end doesn't mean that he's going to count as, you know, officially dead. But we'll see. The meeting, which historians will eventually call the Scourging of Avadon, comes to an end. The gates open, the carnage is cleared away. All of the attendants turn and somberly go downstairs, ready to announce what happened to the anxious servants of Avadon. In time, people realized that this meeting was the true end of the Age of Chaos. The path of Avadon, and thus the pact, was set. Everything to come sprang from what was decided in Redbeard's tower. When you reach the main floor of Avadon, the eyes and hands gather around, eager to see who would serve as the new keeper. When you come down the stairs, the hands and eyes stare at you in confusion. Where's Redbeard? Where's Protus? Then slowly, reality dawns on them. You, hero of the war, scourge of the Farlands, destroyer of Delesse, are their new keeper. Not acting, a true keeper. One hand cheers, then another. The applause is deafening. They cheer for you, and for a new start, and for peace. Then slowly they quiet down. You realize that a speech is expected of you. Your first of many. Well, I hope my character is better at that kind of thing than I am. It is a strange role, Keeper of Avadon. You are a warrior, not a speaker. Your words are slow and halting at first, then you grow more confident. If you can face dragons and titans, you can handle this. You tell them your dream, a new Avadon, effective without being brutal, just and firm without being heartless. You describe a pact that can control the Farlands without driving them to despair and war. It goes over very well. Your short speech takes over an hour, because of the many interruptions for applause. Wow, okay. Of course, all of your lovely dreams still must face the cruelty of reality. Politics is a land of grey areas and hard compromises, where you will never get all you want. You spend many hard years learning this lesson. You also bring up Envoy Duran to stand beside you. You are sure to swear a new relationship between Avadon and the Pact. You can always go back on your word later. Really? Envoy Duran smiles and shakes your hand, and nobody believes a word that is said. Avadon, at least for a while, will stay true to its nature, the cold, ruthless, efficient maintainer of order. And then the speeches end. Feasts are had. Casks of fine wine are opened. The dungeons are quiet. The celebrating and carousing lasts for days. Not long later, the Farlands sue for peace. There is yet another great meeting, as the Pact and the Farlands negotiate peace. You're there, of course. No such business can take place without the influence of Avadon. At the meeting, you try to be even-handed. You make sure the Farlands will pay dearly for their attack on the Pact. At the same time, you see that mercy is shown. Thus, there is hope that another such war won't happen soon. Then hands are shaken. Treaties are signed. There are yet more parties, parades, and celebrations. Then the true work begins, creating a new peaceful world. The first order of business, of course, is cleaning up after the war. As the nations of the Pact focus to rebuild, Avadon is allowed to deal with the Farlands. Their attack caused enormous destruction and loss of life. They must be punished. All agree on that. But how to approach it in a way that seeds of another war aren't planted? You have good advisors, good instincts, and intimate knowledge of all the lands in question. You are eager to get to work. You are thus able to punish each Farland with taxes, lost land, and executions where appropriate, just enough to hurt them, but not enough to make them violent. You make them suffer, but always with an eye to a lasting peace. The fierce independent Cimmerians turn out to be surprisingly easy to pacify. Chief Tilla and her son Gert are properly scared by their brush with Avadon, and they are grateful for your mercy. Venatok's Stead fiercely argues that the Cimmerians should sue for peace quickly. When this happens, they are rewarded in the peace talks. Cimmeria learns at last to stay on their side of the border. In return, they are allowed to mostly survive. The Wildrun Rebellion comes to an end. You are as merciful as you can be, but the rebels are forced to submit totally to the Pact law. The rebels give in. Never again will one of the Pact states declare itself above the law of the Pact. Little by little, the freedoms of the Pact states are lost to Hamra's council. In return for safety, none can ever agree if it was worth the price. As for the corruption, it stops spreading and withdraws to its old borders. The Pact realizes how close it came to disaster, and it leaves well enough alone. Maybe? There are no more monitor bases. It becomes illegal to enter the corruption, and this law is seriously enforced. None ever discover the truth about that mad land, its origins or purpose. You ignore it, and it ignores you. Might be for the best. The lands of the Warborn stay as they always were, a chaotic arrangement of tribes, alliances, and squabbles. They aren't severely punished. Being trapped together in their land seems like punishment enough. Yet some good does come out of the war. Your informal alliance with the Titans pays some fruit. Some of them turn out to be both powerful and sensible, and in time a few Titan villages are allowed to take root in the Pact. That's nice to hear. As for the Tawan Empire, the organizer of the rebellion, there is never any debate about their fate. They were the fiercest fighters against the Pact. They suffer the most vicious punishment. Temples are leveled, gods are slain, massive reparations are taken. The Pact's vengeance is vicious, total, and in the end, out of control. Nobody in the Tawan whispers a word against the pact for 100 years. Oh boy. The work of peace is, in a way, even more tiring and full of despair than the work of war. In the end, however, the treaties are in place. The final heads have been chopped off, the final payments are delivered. Then life goes on. The hands you were given to command are invaluable in these years of work, yet in the end, you must set them free. They go off to chase their own much-delayed goals. Khalida is happy to see Redbeard gone, but she is unable to tolerate living in Avadon. She eventually asks to leave the Black Fortress and return to her duties elsewhere. You hear the stories. She is a tireless warrior for the Pact, but you never see her again. Botan returns to Hoglanda, where he spends the rest of his career as a hand bringing peace between his home and Kilamdariel. He is tireless and even-handed, and he achieves success where so many before him failed. You see him occasionally in the years to come. Surprisingly, he seems to attain some level of inner peace. The horrible memories of the war leave him at last. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Rudo stays in Avadon and helps you deal with the Wilgrim. Thanks to him, the process of taming the rebels and bringing them back into the pact is possible. Eventually, you offer Rudo the title of Heart. He respectfully declines it and goes home. Whenever there is trouble there, he is the first person you turn to for information and support. Okay. Somehow the knowledge Nathalie obtained in Svars Peninsula satisfies her. Really? At last, she is able to believe in herself and concentrate on putting her great talent in the service of the pact. She is an invaluable source of strength for you. She carries out every mission you give, ruthlessly and without hesitation. Ruthlessly? I'm not so sure about that part. Only asking for another scroll or bit of knowledge in return. She is a great ally, though eventually a frightening one. Yeah, I mean, she has been frightening for a while. Selena returns to her duties as hand, carrying them out with cheerful efficiency. Meanwhile, all of the thinking constructs have completely disappeared. She says that she destroyed them in the end. You choose to believe her. Yeah. Definitely not. She is skilled, knowledgeable, and very useful to you. Everyone likes her, so much so that nobody asks too many questions when she disappears for months at a time. Really, for months at a time. Okay. The years passed. The Pact settled its differences. The ruined cities rebuilt themselves. Avadon repaired its damage and replaced its fallen servants. You settle into your lofty post as keeper. It takes a lot of work. You have to figure out everything for yourself, from who holds the levers of power to who to talk to get your chambers cleaned. Avadon does not resist your rule. You are the hero of the Age of Chaos, of course. You are the hero of the Age of Chaos, of course. You are respected. More importantly, you are feared. You take care to avoid Redbeard's mistakes, consolidate your power, and try to regain the trust of Henvar's council. After a few years, you are settled in. Then you begin to work toward your true goal. You do everything you can to make Avadon a fairer, more predictable guardian than it was under Redbeard. With the advice of your hearts, you lead Avadon to a level of prestige and power it has not seen in decades. Henvar's council begins to support Avadon again. Your knowledge of the Farlands helps you control them without infuriating them. You achieve the record of longest time spent as keeper without any assassination attempts. Well, that's nice. I count that as a success already. Though you are feared, you make sure not to lose touch with those under you. You are often found in the great dining hall, telling young hands and eyes tales of the Age of Chaos. Yet you never gain Redbeard's level of power. None can help you master his many magical artifacts. Whatever helped him to stay young for so long, you never figure it out, and that is definitely for the better. Your rule is considered a great success by all, and history remembers you kindly after you're gone. Wow. Didn't expect such nice words from the game here, but I'm glad for it. As for you, you retire from the position of keeper in the conventional way. You grow old, you get weak, your attention fades from time to time. After over 20 years in your post, 3 hands corner you in a back corridor late at night. You're too slow to activate your defenses. They stab you to death. Okay, I mean, I guess it's the only end for a keeper. As loved as you were, all saw that your energy was flagging. At least you were spared the madness that afflicted Redbeard. You are interred with great honor and ceremony in the deep vaults under Avadon. You are remembered with great kindness, and that is the end of your story. In time, all of this passes into memory. Redbeard, Delesse, the Age of Chaos, you, and yes, even Avadon. Their stories are written down and gather dust. Your tale, all of the blood, sacrifice, and triumph in the end serves to... Your tale, all of the blood, sacrifice, and triumph in the end serves to bore generations of schoolchildren. The world you pass on to them is both your gift and your curse. Your time passes. The young are left to love, fear, suffer under, survive in, and save once again the world that you made. The end. Alright, well, that's it. I gotta say, that ending... The ending was as satisfying and fulfilling as the entire game before it was not. So... I'm glad that it made up for some of what I didn't like about the game itself or the course of the story. Well, really not even so much the story itself as the way it was presented, and I was forced to follow it to the letter. But I think I've made that clear. Clear enough in the past, for sure. Anyway, I gotta say, sadly, that Avadon 3 is my least favorite in the series. Just as much as I like the interface improvements and overall polish of it, it just didn't sit well with me, the way I was forced down a certain path, and none of my decisions mattered at all in the end. That was, I guess, much of that was true in the previous games as well, but it never felt quite so wrong. But as I said, there were good things about the game for sure. Basically, whenever I wasn't forced to obey Redbeard yet again without being able to object, I was having fun. The fun definitely outweighs the annoyance. And the end did make up for a lot. That was well written and reflected my own personal decisions and attitude quite well. I'm glad that all of my fellow hands actually seem to lead a somewhat happy life in the end. None of them died, even Rudo, who unfortunately did not survive my last second difficulty change. But yeah, ultimately I'm glad it's over. At the same time, I'm a little bit sad that the series is over, but it's I feel like it came to a well-rounded conclusion, and I don't feel like anything else needs to be told about the world. I mean, there are a few loose ends. Well, the thinking constructs are obviously not destroyed. Who knows what comes out of them, what becomes of them? Zethron was planning to build his own kingdom down in the Warborn lands. Who knows what's going to come out of that? So there are certainly still a couple of story threads that could be spun, but at the same time, I'm okay with the series ending here and Jeff Vogel and Spiderweb Software doing different things in the future. And yeah, I guess I'll leave it at that. I could keep talking for a while longer, but I think all the important things have been said. Maybe one final apology for having to resort to tuning down the difficulty for the final fight. That I hope you believe me when I say that I feel terrible about that, and I wish I didn't have to resort to that, but I felt like I really needed to in order to be able to finish this game, at least in the Let's Play format. You know, on my own personal time I could have, and maybe I would have tried over and over until I finally beat it, but yeah, I don't know. That I feel like it was more important to show off the ending than to show off my skills at beating this game even on normal difficulty, apparently. Skills that might just not be there, which is fine, you know. I never claimed to be good at the game, and I've shown on more than one occasion that I'm not. So, in a way, that's also kind of a fitting end to the series. Anyway, I'm really going to stop now. I thank you so much for watching. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video and this entire series, and if you did, please hit the like button. Leave a comment, of course, about anything you want to tell me or tell other watchers of this video. And feel free to subscribe to my channel, of course, if you haven't already. That always helps and is very much appreciated. Anyway, I thank you so much again. See you soon. Bye bye.